Yeah, if you're just new to this, man, this is the Truancy Hour, a little podcast joint I do. I'm usually down the street, posted up at the park somewhere, giving my thoughts. But Terence Bud Crawford is goated. My whole thing, bro. I'm always rooting for the underdog. And tonight, shit, what can I say? You know what I'm saying? Bud was doubted by those that were hating, but I will say I gave Canelo the edge pause because I'm like, we seen what he could do to people his size and a little bigger. You know what I mean? Pause on that too. But we've seen what he can do. Now with Crawford, we've seen him mix it up with guys like Spence and Porter, people in his own weight class, just knocking him down, knocking him around, getting them TKOs. We've seen what he could do. My thing is, you put a little extra weight on him, regardless of how he felt about his his body not being perfectly there or whatever. And he's still able to put that work in, man. So Terence Bud Crawford is goated. You know what I'm saying? Undisputed in how many divisions? At least two, right? And then he just got the one from Canelo. But it's interesting because Canelo got that belt, I believe, from Charlo. If I remember correctly, got that thing against Charlo, and he defended it at least twice. So there it is, man. Terence Bud Crawford goated. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I had the first two rounds. I'm gonna just say first rounds for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? I think his body shots just a little more punctual than the jabs and the straights that Crawford was connecting with. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Second round though, that was a swing round for me. I will say that was a swing round. So it's a little tricky. A swing round right there. But I will say the fifth round I gave that to Canelo too. Canelo did enough. I just thinking like rounds 3 and 4, Crawford was out boxing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Crawford was out there out boxing, working the jab. And that's the name of the game, bro. People who don't like boxing, the entertainment aspect about it or whatnot. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. And it's a fight and combat sport. So, goes back, as old as time kind of thing. The whole thing about that too is like, that's the name of the game. It's not a game to play. Even though there's scoring systems, even though it's a scoring system, and even though it's something that you got to count per round. And it's interesting because I'm sitting there watching the fight with my dad, and I told him, I said, listen, I think the most plausible thing I can hear is 116, 112. If I hear 116, 112, that makes sense to me because I have two swing rounds for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Any round that's a swing round, you got to give it to the person who was losing the fight on points. Jane Bomarito, what's going on? Appreciate you dropping in. Thank you for being here. I'm over here talking about Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez. So we're talking about that fight, what we just saw. So I had two flush rounds. The first, and I'll say the fifth. Those are two flush rounds that I gave to Canelo. But I will say the second and the eighth were kind of swing rounds, where it's like, if you want it to be nice, you can give it to Canelo. It's not necessary. So my whole thing is this, man. Mixed martial artist, what's going on? Oh, autist, damn. Read that wrong. What's going on though? Appreciate you dropping in. Thank you for being here. I'm about to post up at the park in a second. Give me a second. I'm posted up right now. Walking over right now. But yeah, those are my swing rounds. So I told my dad, he's sitting there. He said, I'm gonna be honest, I only got like 2 or 3 rounds for Canelo. He said, I got this. 118. What he say? He said 118. Yeah, I can't even do the math right now. Yeah, I can't even do the math. 118, 110 or something like that. Am I doing that right? Talking about the fight. Yeah, a little bit, man. But that's the way my dad had it, like 10 rounds to 2. He said if we had to give away a swing round, it's gonna be 117 for Crawford. So let's see how they score this. But I told my dad, I said, listen, I have 2 swing rounds for Canelo, which means it's probably 8 to 4 rounds. So my thing is this, man. Bud won the entire fight. I agree, Canelo won the 2 rounds. I feel the same way, man. It's like he won the first round, maybe first round and the 5th round flush. The second one was a little swing. 8-1 was a little swing. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But that's the thing, is like 116, 112. And then what did we hear? 115, 113. And I was like, I knew the judges were gonna pull some weird shit where they went 7 to 5. I was like, I knew they're gonna put that weird 7-5 shit. that shit kind of made me mad just hearing about that. But it is what it is. I'm happy that justice was served and they didn't rob Crawford. I'm really happy they didn't rob him. But Canelo did his best, man. I don't know, man. Like Canelo was getting off balance and his leg was getting lifted up. I'm like, is he losing it? What's going on here? Look like he lost a step, bruh. He's losing it a bit. I'm gonna use this can right here. We're gonna post up. There it is. I'm gonna use this can. There it is. The can might fall down. If it does, I'm gonna adjust the damn phone. But yeah, we are here, man. Bud won the entire fight. There you go. I agree. Canelo won the 2 rounds. Yep, I feel the same way. Diddley. Thank you for dropping in, bro. Appreciate it. I hope Crawford retires and enjoys being an undefeated champion. I'm happy either way. If you wanted to, and that's the other funny part is like all that training Canelo did with what's his name, Boots Ennis. It's like that don't change the fact that you can't be lazy in there. You can't skip out on rounds. You know what I'm saying? You can't skip out on rounds, man. Like those rounds where he looked away and pretended to be tired and shit like that. And I was like, bro, you gotta be locked in. Like you're in the fight. You gotta be locked in on the fight, man. But he just wasn't locked in for whatever reason. But Canelo, come on, man. His two losses is Mayweather and Bivol. That's some high shit. And now his third loss is to Bud Crawford. So his resume of who he lost to is some great people. But Canelo's been in some great fights. The thing is, I want to see Canelo fight Benavidez still, but maybe not anymore. And based off the performance I saw, seeing how he performed against Crawford, I'm like, I don't know if I want to see that necessarily. Because we already knew Benavidez would have won, or possibly would have won how many years ago. But here we are now. It's like, hey, man, the way he was looking in this fight, the way he kind of like slacked off and those like, especially those last 4 rounds. Last 4 rounds, I gave it straight to Bud. Bud stayed in the pocket, man. Crawford was right there with him, just in the pocket. So that was the thing, bro. I was like, damn. I don't know. I don't know if we want to see that. The thing is, Crawford can still probably fight. I just don't know who's left really for him. You can argue Boots Ennis, but my whole thing is like, why is he gonna fight that dude? My whole thing was Canelo was over here training with Bud and didn't really learn shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn, the fucking can that I was using fell down. Hold on, let me tip this back up. My bad. I gotta check the chat real quick. Hold on. It lost a bit of water. Hold on, man. Let me place this down. Let me joke around real quick and add some more water up in here. But yeah, I don't even know. I just found this can here. You feel me? I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna fill it up with water and I'm gonna use it to prop it up. But that's how I feel. What's going on? Lily and Seagra, what's going on? And Dark, how you living, man? What's going on with y'all? Put a little more water inside this can so I get some weight in there. And I'm gonna use it to prop the phone up. We being hella extra. We outside right now. But there it is. I'm really proud of Crawford, man. Crawford, it's funny. I told when what was it? Crawford beat Porter and Spence when he did both of those things. I texted my coach. I was like, man, Crawford got to be top 10. And she was like, definitely. I was like, bro, got to be top 10. I can't even really explain it, but styles make fights. But his whole style of just making sure that he's not necessarily running away. I've seen a lot of people in the comments of these other live chats talking about Bud was running away. So no, he wasn't though. He stayed in the pocket how many times, how many seconds? You know what I'm saying? That's also, shout out to MMA fans, but a lot of times the delusion of some of the fans, like I hate fight fans that don't actually train. Because fight fans who don't actually train will say that Bud ran away most of the time. I was like, in MMA, there's breathing moments too, where they paw around. Even when they're wrestling, there's little deep breath moments. So it's just moments like that happen in fights. Like no one's just holding their breath or even breathing outwards the whole time. So it's like when people say people are running away, catching their breath. Even when Crawford got the accidental headbutt, and then he was kind of recentering himself and kind of dancing out. It's just like, all right, he's doing that because it's like there was no time. Like he was just sitting in the neutral corner. Think about that. He was sitting in the neutral corner. His coach wasn't allowed to put any Vaseline on his head, so he had to fight for the extra 2 minutes. So it's like, of course he's gonna do what he has to do. But the rest of the fight, you can't tell me that he wasn't staying in the pocket and then moving when he was necessary. He would engage, and then he would kind of like tell Canelo to be the aggressor and come in, and then Canelo couldn't even deliver. Because for every one that Canelo landed, even the ones and twos, Crawford was throwing about 5, and he was wishing to land 2 or 3, but he was actually aiming that shit. He was actually aiming it. So people got to know. But you got to know boxing, right? You would have to know boxing. So I want people to finally start giving Bud his respect, man. A lot of times people don't really respect the fighters until they retire or pass away. And we gotta give people and all the fighters their flowers while they're still here, man. That's very important. Feel me? Got to. To give that man his respect. I was gonna light it up right here. That joint burning, and then we get to it. There it is, man. It was cool, man. You know, Canelo's one of the he's going down as one of the best too. I was actually watching a Porterway podcast. I should have worn my Porterway podcast hoodie right now, but Porterway podcast. Sean Zattel was talking about they're like, who's the best Mexican fighter of all time? And I was like, oh no, he was like, honestly, it might be Eric Morales, man. You talking about 4 divisions and the fact that on his resume he beat Barrera once and Pacquiao once. So you got to give that man props too. But Canelo's up there in the conversation with Julio Cesar Chavez and all that. You got to put Canelo up there, man. That man is goated as well. But just based off accolades and fight style, Terence Bud Crawford got to get his props, man. Man got to get his props. You know what I'm saying? Lillian Segura, welcome back, man. Did you leave and come back? What's going on? Welcome back. What we were talking about, you know, giving Terence Bud Crawford his GOAT status, man. If you had to create a Mount Rushmore, it's like you almost have to throw. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's your choice right now. It might be too early to say, but I would argue that you have to put Bud Crawford up there, man. Sugar Ray Robinson would have to be up there. Muhammad Ali probably too. That might be the 4. I could be wrong. Shit. Tyson Ali is usually the 1 and the 2. The 1 and the 2, the 2 and the 1. That's usually the 1 and the 2 of them two. And then you might have to throw Sugar Ray Robinson, you know, based off of pure. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways you can go about this. There's a lot of ways you can go about this, and you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong. It's just like we're witnessing something with Terence Bud Crawford. If we were going based solely off style and like your favorite fighters, Crawford has been one of my favorite fighters for a long time. And I've been saying like for years, like back in 2018, before he fought Spence, I was like, I'm pretty sure he'll beat Spence. And like, yeah, there is an argument for the car crash having an effect on the man's skull or his brain or whatever. But I'm like, man, he was out there like whooping them, 2s and 1s, man. We got to get back to that. We got to give that man his props. I've been saying this for a while, man. I've been saying this for a while. But also, I've been keeping up with Bud Crawford since was a Gamboa and shit. When I saw the Gamboa fight, I was like, that's crazy because I used to hold Gamboa to a high regard. So the fact that he held his own with him, he got cracked, but he knocked him down. He knocked Gamboa down like twice. Yeah, you could argue like Gamboa's a little old, a little older than his glory days, and sometimes he indulges or whatever. Like you can argue a lot of things, but bruh, come on, Bud put some working on that. There it is, man. I'm telling you. Talk this boxing right here. I got to think about who personally, James Toney's my favorite fighter. And, like I said, the name of the game is to hit and not get hit. This is a guy that was implementing Philly shell before Floyd was really known. Floyd was still like Pretty Boy Floyd, like around like Castillo, Diego Corrales days and shit like that. But you had what's his name, James Toney, who was basically like I don't know, man. People got to look up the stats on this. His percentage of the connected shots that he had compared to how many times he made his opponents miss. Like I think he has the best stats and percentages on that. But I got to really look that up because then you got guys like Willie Pep and you got Pernell Whitaker. So you have like guys on that style. But then now we have Terence Bud Crawford. Is just like he'll sit there in the pocket, he'll rock you, he'll sit there and what I'm saying, he'll lift you up if necessary. He gets into little wrestling matches here and there. He postures a bit. There was a moment where like you saw when Canelo like did the little squat and picked up Crawford, but then you also saw like when they got to the towards the ropes, Crawford hit the clinch and then he kind of just shoved him into the corner a little bit real quick. It's just little things like that where like you forget that he's strong and like he's probably not like a professional wrestler, like Olympian wrestler, but he can get in there, man. He can do all type of things. He can do multiple sports. He's one of those. They got to start putting respect on man's name. That's how I feel about it. And it better start happening soon after tonight. I don't want to hear no more discussions about his GOAT status or where he stands with all this, bro. Bud Crawford's the truth, man. I was at work and everybody's worried. They're like, I don't know, man. Canelo hits hard. And I was like, yeah, I see that too. But you know what I'm saying? Crawford's slick and he can move around. Like the Spence fight is a good example. but it's also like Spence was just not at his best. You know what I'm saying? He was a little, it was a little bit after car accident and after like how many years after the Porter fight. You know, and Porter could have won. Porter could have beat Spence. So that's how I knew Crawford style wise could beat Spence, if that makes sense. Porter had a close chance of beating Spence. But again, those that's like 140. We're talking about like 140 fights at 140. We're talking about fights at like 147 and stuff like that. This is a fight at 168, man. This is a fight at 168. RC Forever, what's going on with you? Appreciate you dropping in. Thank you for being here. But yeah, man, this is a big jump. This is like two weight classes for him because he fought I forgot the dude's name at 154. So he skipped what's it called? He skipped 150. No, sorry, he had the fight at 154, went to 160, fought the dude. I forget his name already, but they went 12 rounds, and then he ended up going to 168 for this one. So I was asking my brother, I was like, did Canelo go down in class? He's like, nah. He last time he fought Skull was 168, so it's not like he's depleting himself because there's a thing about fighters when they deplete themselves. Like Roy Jones, he went up to heavyweight, won a belt against I forget the dude's name. Um, John Ruiz. I think it was John Ruiz. He beat him, and then he came back down, and then I think he went to middleweight or no, I don't think it was cruiserweight. He went to like middle or some shit, super middle, and then he got knocked out by from what's his face. You know what I'm saying? So that happens, man. That happens. That was crazy. Joseph did that cigar. That's a cigar, man. It's a cigar. I actually forgot the name. Actually, it might still be on the plastic. Frankie Lish, what's going on? It might still be on the plastic. Yeah, that Diesel Vintage is that Diesel Vintage cigar right here. I took off the little thing. I might still have the actual wrapping, like the little black and gold wrapping on it. Yeah, we got the torch up and all that, man. Bro, your beard looks sick, bro. Is that good? What do you mean when you saying sick? You saying it respectfully or you saying it rude? Let me know if you're talking respectfully or rude. But Lillian Seagra, I appreciate you being here either way, man. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you, man. Let me know if you're talking good. Max126, what's going on? I appreciate it. Respectfully, Lillian Seagra, respect too, man. I love it, man. Love and appreciation. Thank you for being here. Just wanted to make sure, because sick be going two different ways. Pause, you never know sometimes. So I just want to make things clear. But we over here talking. What's good? It's been a while. What's going on, Max? Max. Hold on, man. You got to remind me. Are you the Max? I don't know if you're the Max, but there's been a couple people that have been showing up in the lives, like here and there, back and forth. But right now we're covering Terence Bud Crawford beating Canelo. Now, let me tell you something. I got it. I'm gonna say like 3 rounds. My bad. 9 rounds to 3, if not 8 rounds to 4. You know what I'm saying? My bad. My beard's looking good. I'm gonna lie to Jay here in a second. God bless y'all. God bless Joseph. God bless, man. You got a lot of Jay too, man. It's a good night. Saturday night. Virgo season's ending in like what? A week or some shit. That means summer's gonna end pretty much. I was maining back in last October during Thanksgiving or maybe spring. Maining. Am I reading that correctly? You said maining back in last October. Let me know if I'm reading that correctly, Max. My first live stream was actually in November. So that's I don't know. You might be thinking of someone different. So I could be wrong. I didn't trust the judges. Otherwise, I would have bet on Bud. BS. See, I felt the same way, BS, bro. Because I told my dad because my dad said I asked my dad. I was like, how do you have it scored? Because I'm like, I have it. You know, what was I gonna say? Like at least 8 rounds flush for Bud, and then 2 rounds flush for Canelo. But the 2 rounds that I had that swing round was round 2 and round 8. I will say round 1 and round 5 was Canelo's for sure. But my thing was like, bro, these 2 swing rounds is gonna make a big difference. So my dad said, nah, I got 117. He's thinking 117, 10, whatever. I forget the fucking number. And I'm thinking in my mind, I said it's 116, 112. It gotta be 116, 112. You know what I'm saying? And then the 2 fucking swing rounds came in effect. The first judge, 116, 112. And then what's the next one? 115, 113. I'm like, what is this shit? This is what I'm talking about. Like, that basically means you went 7-5. That means you gave 5 rounds to Canelo. And I was like, what's the 5th round? What was the 5th round? That's some empathy shit. So I'm happy it was a unanimous decision and not a draw. Majority decision, if you will. My bad. What am I reading? Oh, shoot. My bad. Max. Oh, no. Frankie says Virgo Nation. Shout out to the Virgos. Max goes, never mind. But I was here when you had like 2 viewers, and I think kind of started. You might have been around there, Max. I don't really remember. But nonetheless, I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you. Wilder or Ngannou? See, Ngannou's been on a good run right now, and he's fresh. He's fresh in the boxing, so he doesn't have like all the, you know what I'm saying? He don't have all the little damage. He has like MMA damage, but that's a little different. But he was undefeated, if I remember correctly. Who won, by the way, Joseph? Crawford beat Canelo, majority decision. 3 judges went in his favor. It's a beautiful thing, man. I was happy he didn't get shafted. Pause. Me, Nito, what's going on? How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Talking about football and stuff. Do I remember you talking about football and stuff or nah? Max, you talking about Max, you the Max down south, and you were talking about the place that you went to had the tornadoes and all that. You talking about Max from I don't know if you was down in the SIP. If you down in the SIP, Mississippi, you down there? Is that you, Max? Max, that's in a freshman or sophomore year. Yes, you, my guy. Welcome back, Max. I was wondering. I was like, is that the same Max? Oh, Alabama, my bad, Alabama. I should have known it was Alabama because my cousin's from Alabama too. My cousin's from Alabama. She's a big Dallas Cowboys fan. I just got her a Cowboys cup and a Cowboys what do you call this what do you call this, a blanket. You know what I'm saying? I just got her some shit. I was rooting for Crawford football for the win. Honestly, sports. Yeah, I fuck with sports, man. I just want fair wins. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is weird because it's like when you force the decision, it's up to the judges, and that should be sucking, bro. Pause. I'm gonna watch the Indiana versus Atlanta tomorrow, though. Indiana versus Atlanta. Hey, break that down for me. What's Indiana versus Atlanta? Is that you talking about football, Minito, or is that you talking about the WNBA? What the fuck? What is it? I'm a Packers fan. Let's go. Oh, you're a Packer fan? Okay, nice, nice. I'm trying to remember who did they play. They played Washington. They played Washington or something, right? Am I wrong? No, they played who they play, bro? It's like Detroit. I think they played Detroit or something. Crawford could have got that knockout at the end. Yeah, man, I was like, if he just keeps on, because the thing was this, right? I don't think he was able to hurt Canelo like really hurt him. But my thing was he's doing enough to get him off his balance. Like I seen him lift his leg up. So I was like, okay, if he gets him off the balance, and I was waiting for him to just kind of left right, maybe left left, boom boom, just sit there and bob and weave a little bit. Just, he was doing a little and he was coming up top and just going on the side. It was going, man, crazy. Crawford really be locked in. Like his motion in there, that's the thing. Like I kept thinking he should throw certain punches, but I was like, you can't give away certain combinations. You can't give away certain rhythms. And then when you have the guy in front of you, you see certain hands pawing a certain way, you got to take your time. You got to take your time. And he took his time and he did it right. We going all the way? I feel that, okay. Oh, and Michael Parsons. That's right. That's right. You do got Michael Parsons. We're going all the way. Yeah, I was afraid of a draw or controversy. I was afraid of that too, BS. I'm happy they gave my guy Bud Crawford that the justice. They gave him the justice. Now, bro, I'm talking about Indiana Fever versus Atlanta Dream. That's what I thought you were talking about. I wasn't too sure. Hey, I was my first day of work was the day that the Fever played the Storm, man, and I'm happy my Storm made it to the playoffs. I mean, they're like 8th seed, but it is what it is, man. I'll take what I can get. You feel me? I'll take what I can get. So I'm happy either way. WNBA playoffs. Who you rooting for, Minito? You going for Caitlin Clark? You going for Indiana? Yeah. I want my Storm to go all the way. This shit ain't lying. There you go. There you go. I'm waiting for the Storm to go all the way. Let's go. Boy or girl? Girl. Hey. How you doing, girl? Murphy? Oh. Murphy. How you doing, girl? Okay, no worries. No worries. You guys have a good night, all right? Yeah. You were just oh, you're doing Caitlin Clark all day? Damn. I'm just going for the Storm, man. I like my forwards over there. Our wings are strong, man. We just need to play some bully ball. We got that girl at center. I forget her name. I'm terrible at names because I wasn't keeping up this season. When Jewel Lloyd left, my heart got broke. I was like, damn, why did Jewel Lloyd leave the team? But I should have just paid attention to like Mika and the other. There was 2 other girls, like the Akumake and I forget my other girl that's the other forward. But if they play bully ball, they'll have a chance, man. They just over there knocking around with Minnesota. But I don't know. It's best of 5 games, round 1, I think. And I'm worried about that. So I'm like, damn, Storm might be able to pull it off. You know what's funny? There's an old dude that I work with. He said the last time the Storm was the 8th seed in the playoffs, they were able to upset the 1st seed and then win the actual championship. But that was the Sue Bird and I believe Lauren Jackson days, so that's a little different. Wow, bro, I was just kidding, bro. I didn't think you watched. I didn't think I watched the WNBA. Now I'll be watch. I try to keep up with what I can, and like we have the Seattle Storm. We don't have the Seattle Supersonics somewhere, but we still have the Storm. Caitlin's hurt. Not gonna lie, I probably hoop if I tried. You're five, bro. Joseph, you're 5'10". I'm 5'5". I like playing basketball. The thing is, you're 5'10". You might as well fucking dunk, bro. When I jump up, I'm able to smack the net. So it's like I'm just trying to like power up my legs a little bit, and I'm about to just hit this bop. Yeah, Max right here. He's 6'3", man. He plays football. He be running through walls out here, Pauls, and he's really out here. Max, talk to me. What's the school like, man? I know it's the start of the new school year, and let me know what's going on with the training. How you do? How's the training going? Everything good on your end? How's everyone doing in your on your side of the map? Everyone good? Yeah, I only know like one Alabama person. Pretty good. We just got our first loss. It's all good, man. It's all good. Losses are to be learned from. Got to learn from the losses, man. I'm gonna tell you something, Max. My amateur record in boxing, I got 5 losses, man. Don't be like me. Because the thing is, every time I got in the ring, I just wanted to fight. I don't know how to win. I just want to go in there and throw hands. You know what I mean? I'm just one of those, like, you put me in there, let me just go head up. But I forgot it's a point system sometimes. You're like, damn, you really got to, man, you really got to get in there and win sometimes. You got to learn how to win the round. But that's a whole different conversation. He said, I'm white too, twin. He said, I'm white though, but I'm a fan of all sports. I play football and baseball more though. Baseball's fired up. What's your favorite baseball team, Joseph? Talk to me. Oh, we got some shit. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me hit this. It's still not bad. Only 5. Hey, Max, let me tell you something funny. My record is 10, or my record is 2-5, bro. I had 2 wins, and then my 3 losses were like one of them was a robbery. The other 2, I just wasn't prepared for that type of style of fighting, which is it was like a little more sloppy, so I wasn't used to it. But then I lost those. It was close though. And then the next 2, one I tried my best, but I was fighting like a professional, and you got to do points in amateurs. And then my very last fight. These last 2 fights were my comeback fights when I was in my 20s, and that was terrible. I shouldn't have came back into the ring. And my last fight, I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be somewhere else. My mind was somewhere else. I wanted to be by the beach, making money, getting drunk and smoking. And I was over here in the ring. And you can't do that. You can't play the game. You can't be in the boxing ring. You can't be in sports if your mind isn't focused on the goal. So a lot of times that's my issue was like every time I got in the gym and I fought and sparred, it's like I just wanted to fight. But you got to think about it. It's you got to focus on the prize and shit. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, but that goes for everything. But hopefully, you want to go ahead up and experience the whole feeling. Pause on that. But yeah, like baseball though, like boxing and MMA too. Yep, I like all sports, man. Like I don't like when people bash sports because to participate takes a lot, and like to step in the ring takes a lot. To get over there, be posted in the dugout and focus. To really be in the box, focus. To put that helmet on and put some pads on, you got to be ready. You got to be prepared. You got to be wired a little differently to do some sports. You know what I'm saying? Basketball motherfuckers be 6'4", throwing elbows and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pivot, act like they ain't doing shit. Get dunked on. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. Like that's a different thing. Let's be real. No one cares about those entitled chicks, bro. They might go on strike, and I hope they get what they deserve. He said, "Let's be real." And you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Minito. You know what's funny? I always say the only team that we pay attention to it is the one with the finest girls. So that's why people be watching like the Sparks, the Phoenix Mercury, and Indiana Fever because my girl Sophie Cunningham, fine as hell over there. Sophie Cunningham over there, and there's that other fine girl, Lexi Hall, and the other girl. There's a couple fine girls. You know how to go. Twins, but they suck. At the moment, I've been to Wrigley and Fenway. Oh, you been to Fenway? Okay, nice. Wrigley Field, yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Shout out to the Twins, man. That TC, Terence Crawford, Bud Crawford. Back to that. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, what I'm saying makes sense, Max. Max is, he's a he's over there playing in high school. We're gonna before you guys know it, remember that guy's name because we're gonna be buying his jersey one day. He's gonna make it. I'm telling you. There'll be some young kids in here that play sports. There was Max, and there's another kid that played baseball. They used to come visit my lives, and I was like, yeah, let me know so I can buy that jersey in the future. Just stay in contact. I just want a jersey, and then hopefully I get it signed one day. I'm just trying to, if I don't make it on YouTube, whatever, I'm just gonna fly out to a game or something. Let me know. Right now I'm broke. Got the part-time shit. Fuck it. I'm an electrician now. I'm doing all right. I love sports. You're a bit chubby, but I lost 20 pounds in 3. Hey, 20 pounds in 3 months. That's good, bro. That's good though. electrician. Cut soda. Oh, you cut soda? I need to cut soda too, to be honest with you. That's a good thing, man. I remember, back to boxing, Bernard Hopkins was talking about soda. He said that shit is just liquefied sugar. You're putting that in your body and it's not good for you. He said that shit is not good for you. But Bernard Hopkins is very strict on his diets and stuff. 240 from 260. Joseph, man, I believe in you. Whatever you want to cut down to, you can make it. You know what I'm saying? If you just put a little bit of time and energy, you'll be all right. Have you seen that chick? I mean, joke, Angel Reese. Angel Reese, though, man, she's got time to develop, but hopefully she listens to her coach a little more because she does some stupid shit on the perimeter. But she's a forward slash big, so she might as well be in the post. You know what I'm saying? She might as well be in the post. Let's be honest. But she's just not playing the game correctly right now. She's trying to be on all sides, but it's like, go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got the me bounds, but I'm just like, give her time to develop. She's technically on her second year. You know what I'm saying? So she's technically on her second year. So I'm not too tripping. I'm not tripping on it too much. I hope I'm stuck on JV, but like I'm gonna start going to a trainer that be getting dudes to D1 school. There you go, Max. Believe in the process, man. I'm strong, but not too tall. Tall, 5'10". 5'10", and you about 240. That's good, man. You get that knockout hook, just hook somebody real good. You be all right. Joseph, just you 5'10" and 240. Just hit him with the hook, lean into it a little bit, pull back. If you gotta throw another one, just throw some straights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying if you need to knock someone out. I only give boxing advice. I'm not good at the other sports. All I could talk about in sports is what's it called? Is the motivation or like some mentality shit. Well, I appreciate y'all dropping in. Thank you for that, man. DC built but white, kinda. What do you mean? Wait, am I reading that correctly? You said DC built. I don't know if I'm reading that right. I might not know the and what do you call this, bro? The and not the analogy, but you know what I'm saying, man, bro. You are on it. You know what's up? Big props to you. I'm trying. I mean, me neither. I've only seen highlights, if I'm being honest, and the highlights I seen were also lowlights of Angel Reese, and I was sad. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is she doing out there, bro? Like, like, she just be doing stupid shit. But when she's in the post, like when she's in the paint, she's a beast. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to limit her to just being there. Like, if she wants to do all type of different shit, she can do it. You know what I'm saying? But she be doing dumbass shit. Like, one of the point guards told her to go to the left, and she just stood there. I was like, the fuck you doing? Come on, girl. I believe in Angel Reese, man. I hope the best for her. Angel Reese was at Bud's fight. She was in his locker room giving him a hug and shit. And then when she was standing next to him, I was like, damn, she's tall as shit. Is she like 6'3" or something? 6'3", 6'5"? She tall as hell. I don't know if Sylvia Fowles is still playing. Sylvia Fowles is one of the girls that can dunk in the league. Sylvia Fowles and Brittany Griner are the only two that can probably dunk right now. If Sylvia's still playing, I don't know if she's there anymore. I think there's one other girl that can dunk. I just thought about that. I probably got a book. Max, you probably got a book. What do you mean? I see what you're saying. You know what's funny? Max, I learned this weird thing about like what do you call this? Because you're still young, but it was about Roman fighters, and the way they would bulk up was eating beans and certain breads, like certain starches and beans and shit, like certain things that were like not necessarily meats and proteins. They would do it to create little fluffs on their body, just extra things to like, when they needed scar tissue and things to just absorb impact, they would just have extra fat on them. So you always have a good balance of fat and muscle in football. Some people are just pure muscle. You know how that go. But it's your choice, man. I ain't trying to. I'm not no advisor. I'm just giving you some little, because football, the gridiron is a form of combat as well. You know what I mean? It's a game of inches and yards, but at the same time, it's within them lines. And when you get them sacks and hits, you got to absorb a little bit and get up each time, right? Shake it off. He said, I get no women at the moment, but my pay is getting better. Joseph, don't worry about the women, man. Let the women come to you. You'll be surprised at the women that come to you. The ones that come to you, those ones matter way more than the ones you think you need to chase. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stay focused on you, that shit matters more because you matter way more than anyone else. You got to think about that. You matter, excuse me, way more than me and the people that you're trying to attract and impress. Just remember that shit. And just stay on top of your shit. Fuck all the bullshit. I played yeah, I gotta get a health. Oh, you're trying to do a health book? That's cool, man. I think you're doing like things the right way because it's like you're thinking of it in longevity. So that's a good thing. You're thinking in longevity. So I like that. You played offensive line center. Loved it. Okay, okay. Right in the middle of all the action. There's a trust between you and the QB, man. I'm trying to play defensive end linebacker hybrid. There you go. There you go, Max. I tell you, man, let me know when I get that jersey. Just let me know. Keep in touch with me and just remind me, like, hey, bro, I'm about to go to college. Just watch me. And I'm like, look, I'm write this. Let me write this shit down. Let me write this shit down because my memory is. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but because I'm doing so much shit every day and I'm trying to stay active every day with shit, I be, me, I lose track of shit. So just keep in touch with me because I want to be able to keep track of what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I've had my heart broken enough. It sucks, but I should get out there. Joseph, it's not even about you getting out there, man. It's about you doing you. You know what I'm saying? Just you do you, and you'd be surprised who you run into, man. Because it's not even about going out there. Like, think about the normal places you go. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you frequent the gym to burn off weight. Let's say you frequent the library. Let's say you frequent the grocery store. Wherever you go, you might find somebody there. And that person is probably, because these are things that you actually do in your life, those things are a little more in line with what you do. I don't know if you necessarily want to find a girl at work, but if you can and she's solid and whatever, do that thing, man. Crawford is one of the greatest boxers in history. He gotta be. Front man, thank you for dropping in and being here. Crawford, I said this after the Spence fight. He's top 10. He gotta be. I was talking to my coach about it, and she was like, "Yep, gotta be." But after this one, that lineal title, you know what I'm saying, got it from Canelo, which is all of it combined, and the Ring magazine, and he got the ring. It's crazy. Yeah, but I've been kind of more introverted. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, Joseph. You just gotta just say hi to people. Just say good morning to them. Just get, all you got. That's all you got to do. Just start there. Walk down the street, say good morning. Like you saw the people that passed by. I wasn't trying to hit on them girls that were walking the dog. I wasn't trying to hit up them. I just wanted to see what was up with the dog. I didn't make sure it bites, pet it, and just say, "You guys have a good night." That's it. Just make sure you make eye contact with people. Just start there. Start somewhere small. If you don't feel like you're ready, and you feel you're a little too introverted, just do a little introverted shit. If that's who you are, just lean into it. Just be like, "Hey, man, good morning," and I'll leave it at that. You don't have to have a full on conversation necessarily. You see me, man. I be talking shit for like an hour on this shit, bro. You think, oh, here we go. Who do you think is the great, Crawford or Mayweather? I'm gonna have to put Crawford a little bit over Mayweather. And I thought about this. I told my dad. I said, what's funny is when they interview Mayweather about Crawford's greatness, you already know with Floyd's ego, he's gonna say, "Oh, think about it. Did Crawford lose any rounds? Yeah, he lost rounds. Did I lose any rounds to Canelo? No, I didn't." Mayweather's gonna talk his shit, but Mayweather is the epitome of hit and not get hit. He's the epitome of boxing, of hit and not get hit. Crawford really stays in the pocket. He entertains you guys. You know what I'm saying? He entertains all of us, and at the same time, he gets the knockouts when he can. He punctuates with his power. He punctuates against the he out muscles his opponents that supposedly are bigger than him. He does what he needs to do. So it's shit crazy. I'm an electrician, so I don't see much in the field. I gotta shoot my shot outside of work. I used to date a nurse. She was based. I screwed it up. Oh yeah, fuck it, man. But it's also like the person that you're gonna be. Think about this, right? The person you're gonna become, and hopefully the person you plan to become, is probably gonna be a way better version than the person that was dating her. So maybe she messed. Maybe she messed up by just like not seeing, But don't worry about the past, bro. Fuck all that, man. Worry about who you are right now, what you want to work on, rebuild yourself, and just do a little bit here and there, whatever you can. That's all. That's my advice, man. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, like my guy Melon was in the chat. Actually, I got a message. My guy Melon. She's married now with kids. God bless. Okay, yeah, God bless her. Leave her be. Leave her be. She doing her thing. But yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna say fuck her, but leave her at that point. Crawford makes history by three-time division undisputed world champion. That's facts, front man. That's a fact. He was a beast out here, man. I've been fucking with Crawford Paws for like like I said, back when he fought Gamboa. When he was boxing Gamboa, that shit was crazy. It was like, yo, because we know Gamboa to be a beast. He's out there, he's with the skills too, and Crawford mashed him and he knocked him down twice. Now, granted, that was later in Gamboa's life. My life, I know in hindsight. Joseph, man, just worry about the now. Just worry about the now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's happening right now matters way more than what happened before. And what happened before, you just study it and just stay locked in on it a little bit and we focus on it. And then, all right, now it's time to move forward. Then you start moving forward. But, it sounds like you just need to rebuild and you recenter yourself a little bit. That's all it is. Don't get down on yourself. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. No one else is going to take care of you or your mental more than you. You got to be there for yourself every day and you'll be surprised at the results. And truly, when you have a little more self-love, you won't be saying these things. You know what I mean? You'll just know what to do and you'll just go. You'll be all right. But it's one day at a time, man. It's really just one day at a time. Who do you think will win in November 15 between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis? That's a tricky one because Gervonta should win, being like an actual boxer, but he's also fighting a big guy. And Davis is used to fighting guys that he weight drains. So we'll see how this turns out for him. if Gervonta is willing to just get the payday and kind of beef himself up and be a little fat and then get in there and fight, he'll be all right maybe, but he doesn't really outbox to win rounds. You know what I'm saying? But he'll be able to crack Paul, for being honest. He'll probably be able to crack Jake Paul because Jake Paul hasn't been doing this shit. A lot of these people have been boxing since they were kids, so they don't necessarily have the the scar tissue or the actual, I'm trying to say, like they don't really got it like that. So Davis should win. Um, but that's a goofy fight, so I don't think too much about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really happy that Crawford delivered today, man. Because I was telling everybody at work, I was like, I root for the underdog, but Crawford be showing me some shit, pause, where it's like I be thinking he's up there with the goats, and he always delivers. He's still arguably in his prime. You know what I'm saying? He's still healthy. He doesn't have too much wear and tear on his brain or his body. And another thing is people don't realize that he conditions himself really well, really well. Honestly, I think she had potential, but I did screw it up. Life goes on though. You're right. Yeah, man. I'm not saying fuck her because like not in a bad way, because obviously you have some respect for her, but I will say, like, yeah, she's living her best life, and it's time for you to live yours as well. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to prove it to her, but you got to do your thing too. You know what I'm saying? My bad, my bad, my bad. Mayweather versus Mike Tyson would be a good fight, or just hype. I think it's a little hype, man. It's a little, Floyd's gonna do his thing and just dance around Mike, and Mike's just gonna chase him with the 1-2, with the 1-1, the 1-2. Ah ah ah. He's gonna throw a little couple digs, 1-2-3. You're gonna see a little burst, maybe a later early burst. Boop boop boop. It's gonna slow down because they're probably gonna do like 8-10 rounds. I don't know, man. They shouldn't let Mike. Mike's been fighting since the '80s. Think about that. Mike was fighting in the late '80s, and now he's fighting now. Late '80s, '90s, 2000s. Did he do any exhibitions in 2010s? I don't think so. He came back in the 2020s though. That's what's wild. That's what's wild. Good night, y'all. Lillian, C-Rock, good night. You were rooting for the American Joseph? Yeah, I feel that, man. Who was my top 5 favorite boxers of all time? My favorite boxer of all time, James Toney. James Lights Out Tony. That's my favorite boxer of all time. Everything else after that, I don't even know, bro. I'm probably put Bud Crawford, Mike Tyson. I when I was a kid, I really liked Mike Tyson. So I'll say James Toney, Bud Crawford, Mike Tyson. Who else we got? I gotta think about that. I gotta really think about that. That's my big three. That's my big three. I ain't though, but recently been getting there. Keep working on it, Joseph. I believe in you, bro. I have no reason not to believe in you. I haven't even met you, but like the fact that, like, you gotta think about this, bro. The fact that you're willing to kind of divulge a little bit about yourself and be honest about it, it shows that you're an honest person, and that is worth, you know what I'm saying? That's worth a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even if people don't value you, you gotta find the value in it. It's worth a lot, bro. Mike Tyson was one of my favorite. Muhammad Ali too. Muhammad Ali's like the goat. He's like the goat. You know what I'm saying? I think about, like, just what he stood for as a human being, and just how he fought. The only people who were like Muhammad Ali after Muhammad Ali was probably you had like maybe Sweet Pea, but there's a method to the madness of Sweet Pea. Maybe Roy Jones. So like after because it like here's what I'm saying. Muhammad Ali was Ultra Instinct. If you know about Dragon Ball Z, Muhammad Ali was Ultra Instinct. The only other people that were like Ultra Instinct were Roy Jones and Manny Pacquiao. Those two were just like out there just flowing, like, I'm gonna go head up. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go head up and flow. And they risk getting hit in the midst of that. And they just because Muhammad Ali got knocked down a couple times the same way Pacquiao did. You know what I mean? And they just went out there and flowed, and they fought with their heart. My bad. Front man said, who do you think has a better career, Mayweather or Pacquiao? I think Pacquiao has the more respectable career, but Mayweather has a respectable career on paper, if you know what I'm saying. Because Mayweather, like I said, he does the game right. He boxes, he hits, and he doesn't get hit. And that's the name of the game, boxing. You hit and you don't get hit. And Mayweather does it the best. Nobody else really does it like him. A lot of people have him up there because, like, if you're someone who actually practices the sport and you go in the ring and you spar and you practice, when you watch Floyd Mayweather, you realize the beauty of what he does. And that's why I say James Lights Out Tony's my favorite, because he does Philly Shell too, but he did it at a higher weight class, from middle class all the way up to heavyweight, and he was making people miss. As his percentage of making people miss and then hitting them back and even knocking them out. This dude is like 5'7", 5. He's somewhere between 5'7" and 5'9", and he's knocking out dudes. Floyd Mayweather couldn't really do that necessarily. Pacquiao, he kind of lost a little power when he went up to 147 and he fought those people. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. But they both have really great careers. So I can't really say. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao's one of the goats, man. Pac and Floyd. Those two are like arguably, yeah. Them motherfuckers right there is different. My bad, bro. I'm the youngest son, but I take care of my parents the most. I feel that. I feel that. And my sisters, my brother is doing better than me. He's helping too, though. Sometimes you're not supposed to compare yourself to others because they're doing good on their timeline and they're doing good because you're able to observe the good in them. Now it's time for you to observe the good in you that you're doing. You got to observe what it is in yourself that is good and what is valuable, and then lean into that a little more. If not, flip it around and just start doing a little better on the other end of your life. You understand what I'm trying to say? So don't worry too much about what other people are doing. Either you follow their blueprint and you follow in their footsteps, or you kind of do your own thing or start valuing what it is that you do differently than them, and then you start having a little bit more value of yourself, self love of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Hey man, you 5'10" and you say you like 240. You could. That's a one hit knockout kind of guy, man. You know, come on, bro. Get in the gym and just knock some people out. Have fun with that. But yeah, get it. You start training, man. You'll be all right. You start applying yourself every day. I'm trying to get back in shape too. I'm smoking a cigar still, but I'm trying to get back in shape too. Who do you think can beat Mayweather? Are you talking about back in the day? It's funny. Mayweather ducked. There's a couple fighters he ducked in the 130. It was either 135. There's like a time frame that he ducked a few people, but also he never got a chance to think about this. He never fought Paul Williams. Mayweather didn't fight Paul Williams, and he retired before Tim Bradley can get a chance to get a fight on him. Tim Bradley's style. Tim Bradley never gives up. He doesn't have the power that Pacquiao or like Maidana might have had, but he gets in there and he mixes it up with people. You know what I'm saying? Bradley's a beast. So he kind of ducked Paul Williams and Bradley, but there's a couple other people like he didn't get like think about it towards the end of his career. Floyd could have fought Keith Thurman, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He could have gave Porter a shot. He didn't. But that's like later in the career. That's when they were young. So who knows, man? Mayweather's one of the goats too, man. You got to give it up to him. All's on that. I'm proud of my older brother. I'm lucky to have him. Hell yeah. I mean, having family is a good thing, man. You're an electrician. I'm keep making more money. It's not about the money though. You don't want your value of yourself to be based off of currency or your savings. You don't want your value of yourself to be about money. Because I struggle with that sometimes where like I think about how much money I spend on self-care for myself or just taking care of everyone else around me sometimes. And I'm like, I should have had that money for myself, but it is what it is, man. It's just money is made to be spent. It's not necessarily made to be invested and saved or whatever, but like it's made to be spent so you can have a sense of comfort or just a sense of experiences. You know what I mean? So you got to utilize what you can. We're all trying to master the game here. I'm hearing shit, but I'm like, I don't know if it's a rabbit or what. We got folks up in here. What's going on? Say what's up. Say what's up. I don't know who's up in the park. Hearing shit. Over me, what's going on? Anyway, I'm probably working too much and don't have happiness to show them. It is what it is, man. But that's what I'm saying. You might have to find the balance and just start to flip a few things. You know what I'm saying? You're back. Okay, back. Sorry, I was on the Xbox. You're gonna hey, do the Xbox thing, man. Don't let me hold you. If you're gaming tonight, if you're streaming or whatever, you're gaming tonight. Do your thing, Max. I appreciate you being here either way, man. I appreciate you checking in and saying what's up to me. And talk to you in a while. I'm happy that you're here. Max, who are you rooting for in the fight, man? That's what's crazy. It's like I don't like with boxing. It's cool because I try not to I don't want to say I don't pick sides because I was rooting for Crawford, but we can't undo what Canelo's done. Even though he did have a few cherry picking fights to kind of like not to avoid Benavidez. You know what I'm trying to say? So you see what I'm trying to say? Like I don't know, man. Like I just want Canelo to fight Benavidez, but after seeing his performance tonight, I'm like, nah, Benavidez will probably fuck him up. And Benavidez moved up to like cruiserweight or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he did. He went up to cruiserweight, dog. Yeah. Benavidez actually trains down in Burien, which is like how many, like 30 minutes to an hour south of Seattle. So, he ain't too far from us. My coach knows his coach. You know what I'm saying? My gym knows his gym and all that. Joseph says you sub. Thanks for talking with me. Of course, man. That's what I do the live streams for. I appreciate when people jump in the live stream and talk to me because it gives me shit to talk about. I'm able to just talk. So I like just running my mouth sometimes, but I try to be mindful about it. Like if I'm gonna run my mouth, I'm gonna say something positive. I had a lot of friends and family members, they just talk shit. I'm like, you guys should just do reaction channels and you should do fucking commentary on sports or whatever it is you're into because they talk so much shit. And it's like I'm cut from the same cloth. Like, I talk shit, but I'm trying to keep it positive and motivational because that's all I care about. I like waking up and giving myself affirmations. I be making shit up some days. You ever wake up and just start freestyling some random shit, trying to hype yourself up? Like, yeah, fuck it. I'm feeling good about myself. I've been through a lot up to this point. Why can't I keep doing more? Let me just keep on elevating. Like one little step at a time, one little half step at a time. If I'm feeling down, I do a little bit just to bring myself up. Little shit like that. You was going for Crawford Max? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I rocks with Crawford, bruh. He said, but I'm kind of lonely. I do have some friends and family, but I want to meet my wife. Like, I think I'm serious now, but maybe a bit working on myself. Maybe I don't want to get out there. If you're not ready to get out there, don't force it. Hey, just like in the topic of boxing, man. If you're not ready to get in there and dig in with them body shots, if you're not ready to get in there and commit to certain punches, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And you'll know. Like sometimes you put yourself out there a little bit, because boxing reflects life. One thing my coaches taught me and my brother taught me, because my brother was my first coach. He trained me in my basement. And one thing is like, yeah, you do everything that you hate to do. You know what I'm saying? Like taking out the trash, washing the dishes, and you treat it like boxing. Because there's gonna be moments where it's like, I hate that I have to go head up with someone that just wants to go head up. Sometimes you want to box them, but sometimes you gotta meet people halfway. Sometimes you gotta meet the energy that you're battling with or the enemy that you're battling with in that moment halfway. And boxing is the same way. And then, it taught me that same thing in life. You know what I'm saying? I grew up where like I'd walk down the street, these motherfuckers that was drug dealing and gang banging and shit and selling drugs. Them motherfuckers used to be all over the back streets on the way to the gym, and I used to have to walk through that shit because it was like, do I walk around? Nah, I can't flinch. I'm gonna just walk forward. So I just gotta keep going forward. But it created this little thing in my mind where I was like, you just gotta keep marching forward, bro. You gotta keep on pushing through because it's like, yeah, this bullshit's in the way, and I'm a mob through it and get to my goal. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. It's just a moment in time. Think about it. Whatever you're feeling right now is just a moment in time, and you'll get over it. You'll get over the hump. But I can't. The thing is, I'm saying this shit because I've done it myself. But you have to believe it way more than I do. You understand? And the only way you can believe it way more than I can or the next person can is just recognizing and reflecting on your own life and just reminding yourself all the times you got through some shit. And if you never got through some shit, now's the time to get through it. You know what I'm saying? But it's been 2 years since I got laid. Jesus, it's been. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something funny. I had a girlfriend in '08, and then we were dating from '08 to 2010. 2010 we broke up, and then we would just fuck around on the side, and I stopped fucking with that bitch because she was crazy. And then yeah, what's I gonna say? That was 2010, and I didn't fuck again until 2018. So I didn't fuck for 8 years, and in those 8 years, I was lying to all my friends like I was getting pussy. So who do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who's honest, or do you want to be someone who was lying like me, pretending like I was getting laid, and that's why I wasn't getting laid because I was pretending to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, man. Max, you young. Don't worry about not getting no play, bro. Fuck all that. Just focus on sports, man. Fuck them females, bro. For now. I mean, that's what I'm saying, Max. If they show up, they show up. But for now, don't worry about them. Worry about yourself, and you'll be surprised who shows up for you. You understand? But you know what I'm trying to say. My bad. But it's been like, oh my bad, I read that. I used to be around that kind of stuff, but been better fit. But been better fit a bit. I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. Dang, I ain't no play. No, not like that, but like a hoko or something. Like a homecoming. You talking about like just getting played, like just getting dates and shit. That shit don't matter. I swear to God. Like, and the thing is, like, when you're young, you be thinking you want to smash all the females that are hella fine at your school. I mean, yeah, you could talk to them and you can do that, but like, I mean, let's be honest. What's more satisfying, like being laid up with a girl who don't even know her dreams more than you do, or actually achieving your dreams, or just being the best version of yourself? You know what I'm trying to say? Just keep being the best version of yourself, man. I wasted a lot of my life fucking around with a girl who didn't know what to do with her life, and it's not her fault. She had dealt with a lot of trauma, but that has nothing to do with the fact that I had a lot of things going for myself. I had boxing, writing, and I had people around me. But it is what it is, man. I just went down that path. I fucked my life up. You could say that, but here I am, just like I said, over the hump, and I'm just doing better. You know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that. Just little shit like that. Crazy girls scare me. I don't want to ruin my life, but that was college. Now it's like I don't have any encounters unless I force them. But I've been shy. Hey, if you shy, fuck it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like the thing is, I don't know if I'm shy. I just don't be trusting people. And because I don't trust people, I have to look at certain people's behaviors and just understand if I trust them or not. So that's what I'm saying. I do like small talks and small conversations here and there. There's a dude. What's going on, Lillian Seeger? You back? You back? But Joseph, bro, I will say, Joseph. You know what you should do, Joseph. There's a channel called Man School 202. It's Dante Nero. Man School 202 on YouTube. Go subscribe to his channel. Man School 202. Dante Nero. That's one. He's a comedian, but he does like a lot of dating advice. That's kind of his main thing. But um, yeah, just follow his channel. You'll see. Like it's just little bits of information and mentality stuff. Because it's just less about the women. It's less about being who you are and what it is. But yeah, Brett, Joseph, I ride the bus. I've never had a car. I'm 32 years old. I ride the bus. I've never had a car. I be fucking. I'm out here fucking. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's not about you having a car. It's not about you having money. Even when bro, I was jobless for 5 months, and there was times I was jobless just doing internships, dog. And I was still like just having females around me, just friends and everything. They was trying to get laid, but I was like, nah, you was a crazy ass bitch, or you trying to cheat on your boyfriend with me? I ain't fucking with you. I ain't dealing with that shit. And I would just go drink by myself. I said, fuck that. Because I was a man of principles. Fuck all that shit. Yeah, everyone be talking about homecoming and prom. A homecoming prom is cool because you should go and experience it even if you don't have a date, because when you get older, there's no more homecomings, there's no more proms. Think about that. Like I've never went to a homecoming and prom because I was shy to dance. But it's like now that I get older and I know I'm not saying I know how to dance, but I like having fun now. I wish I went and enjoyed myself as a kid because I never got a chance to enjoy it. So Max, I want you to enjoy your life as a young man. Just let loose, just get out there and dance and just make friends. You know what I'm saying? Just make good times, because you might not ever get that time back to be young and have a prom. And I never went to a prom. I got invited to 3 proms, and my homegirls was hitting me up like, "You want to be my prom date?" I was like, "Man, I don't be dancing. I ain't trying to do that shit." And I just play cool and play it off. But deep down in my heart, I probably really wanted to go or some shit. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say? I feel like I should go back to church. What was his name? His name is Dante Nero, Man School 202. Dante Nero, DANTENERO. What's it called? Man School 202. Look that page up, man. It's more. It's not even about the women. It's just about being the best version of yourself, and then you realize what comes to you, and just taking control of just like, hey, this shit isn't. You just don't want to compromise who you are for someone just to have companionship or just to have sex. You don't want to do that ever. That's the point, man. That's the point. I'm no expert here. I'm just telling you my own experience. Like it's worked for me. I'm 32, never had a car, ride the bus. I work part-time jobs. I still live in my dad's house, and I still be getting laid. What's up with that? It's not. And I'm not even. I never say I'm confident. I say I'm reckless. I just say I go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, what if I don't? I beat myself up if I don't try, if I don't do it. I don't make a whole hoopla like, oh, I gotta strategize how I talk to her. I'm gonna start her off with a comp. I don't do all that. I just kind of just like, hey, let me just go walk up and say something. She hella fine. I gotta say something. Boom. And if she says no, it is what it is. It kind of hurt. I just walk it off. So I walk it off and grab me some coffee. Fuck it. Oh, most of them girls be telling me, oh, I'm married, or oh no, I got a boyfriend. I'm like, cool, my bad. And I keep it pushing. Funny shit. What about boom, boom, boom? What about like every year? Oh, my bad, I missed out. Lillian Secret. I'm trying to live stream as much as I can, so just pay attention to the channel. If you're subscribed, I mean, I try to go whenever I can. I just chop it up about life and bullshit. What about like every year, or should I wait for junior or senior? I don't feel like trying to ask. Don't just show up, bro. Just go. Just like I'm just here. I'm here just to experience life. Just tell them what I told you. Just tell them what I told you. My bad. Let me Max. Just say, you know what I really just say this. Just say, you know what I realized, bro. I don't have a date, but I don't want to be in my 20s fantasizing about homecoming, because that's weird. You want to be in the moment for homecoming. I never went to any homecomings. I never went to any proms, but I got invited, and I was just like being weird about it. Like I don't want to do that shit. I don't be dancing. My girlfriend, freshman year, she's like, come to the homecoming with me. I said, I don't be dancing. I don't do that shit. Go with your friends. Yeah, just go with your friends. If any dude tries to dance, you don't do it. I was just being a goofball about it. It should have been me there, but I was just kind of shy to dance, and I was acting tough about it. I was a goofball. I was stupid. Don't be stupid like me. I don't sleep taking girls. I ain't a womanizer, but I also not same. I'm the same thing, Joseph. I'm not a homewrecker either. I got homegirls that are like married and got boyfriends and shit. And I'm just like, what y'all doing? And they be trying to fuck with me. I'm like, don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if I don't know the dude, I might as well go for it. If she's my friend, and I might just smash. But I don't even do like the amount of girls I fuck is like I probably count on one hand. And we be like I'm not gonna say we fuck continuously, but when we do, we do. But I'm at a time now where I'm just wanting to work. If they hit me up, they hit me up. If I'm bored, I might hit them up, and that's what it is. But I'm not really tripping. Um, my bad. What I say? Some of my homies exes rebound on me like I'm on me. I'm like Steph Curry. I ain't getting no rebounds. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. I missed this one. To be honest, bros before hoes. I mean, yourself before anybody, Joseph. Yourself before anybody. You were homecoming king. Yeah, man. It is what. But that's the thing too. Is like that's who you were back then, and you're like I said, you're an electrician, and you're a person that's valuable to your family right now, and that matters way more than like who you used to be and who you think you should become. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, who we think we should become is less important than who we are right now. Take value and take inventory of who you are right now. You know what I'm saying? That shit's way more important. You'd be surprised. But never did I wanna preppy. Wait, what? Preppy, I was outcast. I don't know if I'm reading that right, bro. Hopefully, what I'm saying making sense though. Yeah, that shit don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? All that shit don't matter, Joe. Hopefully, what I'm saying makes sense, man. But that's why I recommended that page because I'm like, Dante's on point with all that shit. He's a little more, that's more up his alley. I'm just telling you what I learned from experience, from him, from everyone else. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. I'm just combining all of it. I went from bully to popular. Yeah, man. So do your thing. I should have brought a drink with me. I was trying to walk my uncle to the bus stop. This dude left hella early. Hopefully he made it home okay. Man, let me check my messages though. Hold on. Yeah, I think we're good for now. I'm gonna call him in a second. Probably like after I finish my live, I'm gonna go home and just call it, bro. Like, you make it home okay? Cause he's talking about he had to work tomorrow. I was like, you should just sleep over at the house. You know what I'm saying? We had the little couch ready for him and all that. But people they like to go home and sharpen their own thing. Lilith, what's going on? What's going on with you, Lilith? How was the fight? Lilith, did you watch the fight at all? Crawford won though. My guy, Terence Crawford, back to the boxing. Man, probably he got to be on the Mount Rushmore of boxing. You know what I'm saying? They got to celebrate him. They're gonna talk shit now. It is what it is. Fuck all that, bro. Hey, Lilith, you see my guy Joseph in the chat? I don't know if you want to participate in the convo, man. He a little low on self confidence. It is what it is. But just let him. I'm letting him know, like, don't worry about the bullshit that he thinks he needs to be or whatever he's on now. He can be what you can be, whoever you want to be right now, man. And just learn to be satisfied with that. Take inventory of who you are right now. Love who you are right now, man. Start moving from there. It's gonna take time. Maybe it takes time. Maybe you're in a rebuild process or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I like having people like Lilith in chat and other women because it's like I don't like talking about women if they're not in the room. I like saying it to their face, not in a bad way, not in a confrontational way, but I like to get that feedback. Like, hey, am I being chauvinistic? Am I being a bitch? Am I being a jerk about this shit? Let me just see if how I feel is wrong or not. And I try to present facts and back it up with some emotions. That's all it is. We talked. Lilith was here last time when I was talking about some bullshit. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about people love bombing and shit. Just little shit like that. But I never forget the people's. I ain't perfect, but I hear I hear what you're saying, Joseph. Man, you're a good dude, and you don't have to compromise being a good person and someone who thinks before they act. And you know what I'm saying? You don't have to compromise none of that. If that's who you are, you go find somebody that aligns with. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, think about the places you frequent. Think about places that you go to get groceries. Think about places you go to shop, places you hang out, and boom. You know what I'm saying? And you just find a girl like that. Like, why would you try to? You don't have to go out of your element to find a girl that's out of your element. And then you'd be surprised what comes to you. You start working on yourself. You'd be surprised who walks up, talks to you. Bro, I be sitting in the library. I be seeing females with the fattest asses. I'm like, I'm supposed to say something. Maybe I should. But if she walk up and say something, pretend to rub the cheeks on my shoulder, I might turn around and be like, what's going on? What's this? You know what I'm saying? Because you feel the little jelly. But I'll leave it at that. I try to always keep a mentality, teach the young ones. I love to share. There you go. I love it when people share. That's the type of person you are, man. That's a good thing. Lilith, you love it when people. Yeah, I read that right. Okay. You do when you owe it to next wave. It's a blessing. I have enough respect. Yeah, I heard what you're saying. I heard what you're saying, Joseph. LOL. I ain't gotta say nothing. We know when men look, and like I know them girls know I'm looking. Because like, the thing is, I'm not gonna deny that I'm looking at the ass. My ex that I was in a relationship 2 years with, she's like, "What did you notice first?" I said, "I noticed the ass because she had these green pants, and it was a little like something round. I just like, whoa, shit, there's something under that. You know what I'm saying?" She had a little small jacket that went up to her lower back, and I seen the ass. And then we went out clubbing that night, and we just kind of partied and drank. And I was like, "Damn, we kind of drunk right now, but let me get your number. Can we talk tomorrow?" We talked the next day. We had lunch, and then boom, we just ended up dating for like 2 years. And she always asked like, what did you notice first? I was like, I noticed the ass. And I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just being honest. I was like, I'm an ass man. He said, "Oh, is that all you care about with women?" I was like, "No, that's the first thing I see, and that's why I asked you to go out with you, so that way, I realized you weren't just ass. You were actually a great person." Boom. But I'm not gonna lie about the first thing I noticed. That little bubble. I remember when I wasn't confident, some people you can't save though. I've seen that also sadly, but maybe they ain't ready or meant for it. Hey man, the world is whatever you want it to be, Joseph. You gotta think about it that way, man. You know what I mean? How's it going? Things are the way they are tonight. Things are the way they are tomorrow morning. And it's up to you to make that decision to work on yourself. And there's days that you're probably gonna be a little burnt out and you need some rest. And there's nothing wrong with getting some rest, you know? Nothing wrong with getting some rest. Nothing wrong with giving yourself a break. Being an electrician is tough. I feel that. Yeah, I've done physical labor jobs my whole life, but it's like some days I'd be thinking it's time to get an office job, but I don't want to sit down for too long. You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta know what you're doing. But Joseph, here's what I'm saying, man. I know you go out to get food. I know you're not starving. So you go out to get food. I know you do normal shit. I know you go to the store, you probably hit Target, Walmart, some random shit to get your soap, body soap, whatever the fuck, shampoo and shit. You be out running to somebody doing the same thing. You know, you're gonna run to someone at the grocery store or someone at the convenience store doing shit, um, doing getting the necessities for their life, and you're gonna find another responsible person just like you. You'd be surprised if that's what you're worried about. But you shouldn't worry about that. You just worry about yourself, and then you'd be surprised who show up, or you'd be surprised who recognize you. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And you go from there. Well, it's not too hard, but understanding what's going on and what you need to know. Joseph, I hear you, man. I hear you, bro. Yeah, but don't overcomplicate shit for yourself, man. But yeah, Lilith, I don't know if you're still there, but yeah, Crawford won the fight. Terence Crawford. Terence Bro Crawford, man, the pride of Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska. If you don't understand, it's a big deal. You talking about in terms of the job or just in life? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to do shit. Like I said, man, I never had no car. Like I be telling people, like I'm not trying to say this as a brag, but it's like I never had a car. I've never moved out the house. Always lived under my dad's roof, and I still be getting laid. Like, tell me how that works? Because I'm just being me. You know what I'm saying? I worry less about people, and what comes my way is what comes my way. It's all about activating and going for it. I'm an apprentice close to my journey, man. Yeah, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, man. But yeah, hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. I'm going like how many words per minute right now. I'm just rambling, but hopefully what I'm saying is helping out. You dig? Yeah, this is that post-fight conference right here, or this ain't the press conference, but it's just over here. We want to show love to Terence Bud Crawford. Shout out to everybody in the chat engaging. Shout out to you guys just showing up to the channel. I appreciate it, man. This is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? I've helped a lot. I mean, I tried, man. Like I'm just trying to read into it and then try to respond to each thing as I go. So I'm happy that like the chat isn't moving too fast. That's why I like having a small channel because that way I'm able to be productive with every person that comes in. You know what I'm saying? I try, man. I try. you know, each episode is gonna go. I'm on episode 170 right now, so it's like hopefully each episode is helpful, even if I'm rambling about myself and bullshitting. It's easier to interact. Yeah, it's a little easier to interact, man. I like that shit. Sometimes a stranger is an angel, man. I don't know if I'm an angel though. I be thinking like, I don't have like a lot of guilt, but like, shit, I know I ain't no saint. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm just over here rambling, really. Shit, if you met me on this, on a bad day, like if you just see me like confronting someone who talked crazy and I had to whip their ass, you might have thought different about me. But you're meet me on a good night, post Terence Crawford fight, chopping it up about life. So it's a good one right here. Max hits me with the yeah. What's going on, Max? Welcome back, man. You been chilling? Still on the Xbox? What game you playing? What game you playing? Plus, you took the time to hear me. Hey, I'm here right now, man. I'm here right now. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the channel. This is what we on. I'm the Rambo King. Hey, man. Find people that enjoy when you ramble too. Shit, I was with a girl long term and she hated when I was just opening up about life and myself. You know what I'm saying? She hated that shit. That's crazy. I'm over here opening up, being honest, right or wrong, and you don't fuck with that. And that's how I knew I shouldn't have been with her. That's how I knew. It'd be shit like that though. Oh, you're doing Battlefield? Okay. You're in bed doing Battlefield on the Xbox? Okay. Yeah. You stream too, man? Max, you should start streaming too, man. Just like do a little content here and there. Lilith, if you find her channel, she was that earlier today? I don't remember. Was that yesterday? I was in one of your lives though. I was in one of them. Shout out to Lilith showing me love though. I just saw the community post earlier. I'm hoping that my Silk Song stuff starts to what do you call this? Update in the next 12, 24 hours, so I can do my thumbnails and shit. Yesterday, yeah. You stream it tonight? What's going on? Not my type of thing. I feel that. All right, yeah, you don't have to. The thing is, when I live stream the video games, Max, I don't use the microphone. I don't use the camera. You know what I'm saying? I don't use the face cam shit, and I don't use the microphone usually. I just play the game, and like whatever happens, happens. I was watching my cousin on Twitch. He was playing. My cousin's kind of in a wheelchair. This dude is his something in his cerebral connected to his spine is fucked up, so he's kind of physically disabled right now. But he still plays video games on Twitch every now and again. And I was checking in on his stream. I was watching him play. He was playing I don't know what the shit was called. It looked like Gauntlet Legends, but some new shit. I can't. Oldest is asleep on the couch. Oh, okay, okay. Damn. I got no girls, but I'm like really practicing taking care of people. Maybe I'm a fool, but maybe I'm base. Joseph, you know who you are? You're just Joseph, man. You don't have to put a label on yourself. You don't got to put yourself in a box. I was telling Rob this because Rob was in the chat the other day, and I was like, shit, I used to box heavy from like '05 to '09. You know what I'm saying? I was doing some bit of writing. Then I started, getting into the booth and rapping with a couple of my friends, and then I made beats. And I just do all type of shit. And now I'm streaming, and if I'm not doing that, I'm Beyblading. And before I did that, I opened Pokemon cards. Like I do so much shit, but like I'm just the name that my parents gave me. I'm just James, and my parents named me James, so that's who I am. But on here, as my other alias, I'm Bane. So I'm just whoever my name is, man. I don't really put myself in a box. I'm just whoever I need to be today. Shit, if a fire broke out right here, I might go in there. I'm not a firefighter, but I'm gonna see who I can pull out. If I'm able to get in there, it don't make me a hero. You know what I'm saying? It don't make me you know what I'm saying? It don't make me shit. I'm just who I am. Whoever I need to be today. And hopefully it's the best version, if not a positive person. That's all it is. Take care of my younger and older sister. I'm an uncle. Oh, you're an uncle? Okay, nice. Congrats, man. Congrats. I just got off the phone with my friend the other day. He said he's finally a dad, but he said it's not what you think though, because I adopted his wife's sister. I don't know if something happened to his wife's sister, but they ended up adopting their 3-month old because they're like, yeah, there's situations right now we have to adopt the baby. So he's like a new dad. It's crazy. My bro was barely comes in, but I think he's done it because I don't pay rent. I've never paid rent, bro. I've never paid rent. So I mean, yeah. I was looking for a place last year, which is funny. Before I started doing all these live streams and shit. Yeah, last year I was looking for a spot. I was like, man, let me go look around and shoot them spots. Let me visit right here. And I ended up quitting my job. I was like, I guess I ain't getting shit for myself. It is what it is. You know? It is, man. But yeah, I'm actually in a point in my life, Joseph, where I'm actually trying to do a little more for myself because I've done so much for others. I need to start living for myself a little more. Finally get my own car. Finally get my own spot. Maybe just leave the country because there be dumb shit going on. My brother just told me something stupid today. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was some dumb where I was like, yeah, I'm leaving the country. Fuck all this. He said something funny. I can't remember what it was. That was happening. I don't remember exactly what it was. But yeah. I wish sometimes I was like my older brother, but maybe it's good I do this. You are who you are, man. He is who he is. Draw inspiration from it, you know what I'm saying? And do that. And my bro's killing it. That's good you give him props, man. I give my brother props too, because before my grandpa and mom died, he was there every step of the way, every day. And like I tried to be there, but I wasn't there like he was. So as much as I miss and grieve my mom and grandpa, it's like, he's done so much. And I told him, I was like, shit, if anybody ever says you didn't do shit, let me know so I could beat them the fuck up. Because I know he was there every fucking day. Like he's one of those. He puts all his energy into people like way more than me. And he don't know how to do for himself. It's one of them people, he don't know how to be responsible. He's less responsible than me, but he knows how to take care of people. So you gotta give people props where they, you know what I'm saying? Where you can, shit like that. Like that motherfucker really be putting in work. You know what I'm saying? I remember it was my grandpa's like viewing or his funeral or some shit, and I was like we're all drunk. I was telling my brother, I put my arm around his shoulder. I said, man, I've seen you there every step of the way, so I don't know what you're crying for. Like, If anybody says you weren't there, you let me know so I can fuck them up. And then my uncle just heard me say fuck him up, and he thought I was on some rah rah shit. So my uncle started arguing with me. Me and my uncle almost started fighting because he thought I was on some rah rah shit, which I was. And then my cousin was like, "You gotta chill the fuck out. You tripping right now. You tripping right now, dog. What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Yeah, you right." So I went back in the room and I apologized and shit. But yeah, I'm tripping. I don't know what's wrong. I'm just emotional because my grandpa did. Fuck you want me to do, man? I'm from a household we didn't know how to handle our emotions. Just majority men. The only women there was my mom, and then this lady we call Apong. Apong just means elder in our language. And then my Apong, she moved, and then she moved away. She passed away, and my mom, she ended up dying like 4 years after my grandpa. But yeah, we were in one of them households. We don't know how to express our emotions. So I'd be super honest now. Like nowadays, I just be telling people, what I'm saying, how I feel. I need to say I love you more, but I just tell people how I feel. Hit them with the honesty and shit. I don't know if I'm doing things right, but I'm trying to do shit either way. I bet. I'm more handy and caring, but he's a big businessman. Oh yeah, it'd be like that. That might be he. The way you're describing your brother, I'm probably more like that. You probably feel the way that my brother feels about me, but I'm like, I see the value in him. He just doesn't see the value in himself yet, but he doesn't know how to give himself his own space to really take care of himself. And it's difficult to communicate that with him sometimes, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's like he'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. Sometimes I worry about him, but I'm like, he's a grown man. He'll figure it out. So I feel like your brother feels the same way. He doesn't want to get in the way of you. Like he sees your value as a person and he trusts in it. He's like, yeah, he's not doing what I'm doing, but he's a great person. I'm pretty sure he sees it the same way I see my brother. You know what I'm saying? The way you're talking about your brother is like the way my brother thinks about me. And I'm like, I don't really see myself that way. I be feeling like I'm struggling every day, but I don't care, man. I'm gonna just go till I die. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep going till I die. Like I be streaming like this, like the way I be talking on the stream. I'm streaming like this might be the last stream, and I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe I'm gonna do the same thing, whatever. I'm gonna just act like it's the last day of my life and just keep going hard. Pause. Shit like that. I don't know. Sometimes I just be thinking. I used to think I was gonna die early, a long time ago. You know, when it's the neighborhood I grew up in too. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with suicide as a kid, type shit, all that, and I was like, fuck all that, man. We gonna just ride through life like it might be the last time. So just go hard in life. Yeah, yeah, he's so wise. You talking about Joseph or me? I don't know who you talking about. I'm gonna say Joseph is a wise person because he know what he's saying. He's on point. Like he knows every. He's doing it right, man. Living with the parents sucks though, but both have had medical problems. But I'm always here. Joseph, I was in the same household, man. Like when I was around 1 years old, my grandpa finally had his third stroke, and he's like one of the strongest people in our family. And he was forced to retire, but he just was. His whole left side was paralyzed, and he was mowing the lawn with one arm, type shit. You know what I'm saying? He was over here mowing the lawn with one arm. So I was like, damn, I can never be on that level. And then my mom, when I was in second grade, she was forced to retire because of osteoporosis. So I was, me and my brother, we're supposed to be raised by our grandpa and mom, but we had to take care of, what I'm saying, both of them. So it's just kind of, that's the grieving thing that I'm trying to get over, where it's like, how do I explain this? Like, my mom, she was forced to retire around like '02, and she died around 2022. So for like 20 years of my life, think about that. I'm 32, and for 20 years of my life, I was looking after my mom in one way, shape, or form or another. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't organizing the pills in her boxes, I was just making sure we got to her appointments safe, got places safe, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And it's like, you probably have the same responsibilities that I have, where you feel a responsibility to your family. And, there's a value to that. There's a value to that. And now it's time to put that same kind of value and energy into yourself as well. You want to balance it, man. You don't want to be too much for other people and not enough for yourself. Because when it's all said and done, like I'm telling you right now, bro, like I said, grandpa and mom passed away. Because they don't exist anymore, I don't even know what to do with my life sometimes. So I just be doing this shit. So it took me a while to really figure it out. You got to imagine that 2022, my mom died, and I didn't start streaming until like last year. So it took some time. You know what I'm saying? It took some time for me to really be like, man, that energy I put into everyone else, I got to start really recentering and do it for myself a little bit. But like I said, if it takes time, you don't want to wait till the grieving process to do it, because that's what I had to do. I had a crash course of grieving. I crashed out on a few people. I almost beat some people's heads in because I was dealing with some shit emotionally, and I almost lashed out on them. But I was like, man, let me quit my job before I swing on somebody. Took 5 months off, and then we just started locking in like this. I'm a little better right now, but it is what it is, man. Take advantage of your situations, bro. That's all it is. That's for everybody. Dillian says, oh, both of y'all. I appreciate it. Thank. Love y'all. Big ups for the support. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. It's You'd be surprised, man. You're just on live stream and shit, and then you just run into people, you meet people, and you never know you'd vibe with them. You just don't know. And I don't know who's in this live stream ever that's telling the truth. And like, my first live streams, there were kids talking about, oh, I'm in the hospital bed right now. I can't do anything, so I'm watching your live. I was like, oh, you're in the hospital bed? I said, fuck it. You stuck in the hospital. You can't move around. Let me walk around the neighborhood and show you what it looks like. This is the pond. This is the view of the trees and the lake and shit. This is a little turtle. Look at these birds up here. I'll be showing people, like, because I don't know if it's true or not, but just in case it is, why not do something good for them? You don't know. I don't know. That's why I be looking at shit. I'm the kind of guy where I'll hold up the ceiling no matter what. I'll try to bring the love, the light that outshines the dark. I'll I'll save a stranger because I'm a man of God. Because I feel that, and there's something to it, man. Like you can't, like, here's what I'm saying is, like, this much about yourself, and it's like, if you know this much about yourself, I don't see why you'd ever be down on yourself. You know what I mean? Because if you've seen those same properties and characteristics in another person, you would value that person. Now it's time to have that same value for yourself. You understand? Because we know people who they're the same way. They try to, shed love and light as well. They're people of God. They feel obligated to help people. They'll help strangers out. You've seen people do it aside from yourself, outside of yourself. You see people do that too, and you probably hold a value to them. Now it's time to kind of flip it back inwards and do it for yourself. It's not in a boastful way. You don't necessarily have to do it in a boastful way, but if you have to, you got to amp yourself up a little bit. Why not, right? Why not? I'm down because I'm alone, but with y'all, I feel better. Hey, man, there you go. There you go. But see, that's the point I'm making, Joseph. Is like, you'll find the same properties in other people outside of yourself. You'll find them on YouTube. You'll find them in person. You'll see someone do some decent shit in life sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I live in a crackhead ass city right now, but every now and again I see some people, like, I seen these like monks or whatever serving food to the fucking fiends and the homeless people on this one corner. I was like, that shit crazy, because I don't even know how they stand out there, but they got heart. But I give them props the same way I would give myself props. I'm getting better at trying to love myself every day. I'm in the same boat, low key. I'm trying to get better at loving myself. I still beat myself up, like I could have did more for my mom, etc. But it is what it is, man. Time is done. It's time to put that energy forward. You know what I'm trying to say? How great can I be? Is the question. You can be as great as you want to be, Joshua. I mean, Joseph. I said Joshua. My bad. My bad. Joseph. You can be as good as you want to be, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel the value in yourself right now, get to a point where you can find that where you no longer have to question it. And how much can I spread it? I mean, the question is the value based on you spreading it, or the value based on the fact that you have that energy and you can give it? That's different. You understand? Because sometimes you'll give out so much of yourself. Like, I don't know if you know about this. Like, back to boxing, Muhammad Ali had this thing where, like, in the middle of the fight, he made sure to entertain each round and each minute. He tried to stay focused and entertain his people. LeBron James is the same way, which is funny. But Muhammad Ali would, like, there's these kids that would come up to his training camp, and he would entertain them with magic tricks. And then his wife and his kids and his family were like, yo, we know he's exhausted, but he's really giving all his energy for people right now. They just make sure they're like, oh, they came all this way to get autograph. I don't want to be a diva and a celebrity about it. But he would just go out of his way and just do the little thing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people do that. And the thing is, Muhammad Ali, as strong and as tough and as whatever as he came as it was, like, his family would say, like, there's some nights he would just sit in front of the TV or in the room by himself, and he would cry a lot. Like, his passion would just by himself, he would just cry it out and get the energy out, and then he'd get back to just, doing for people again. But you gotta ask yourself, like, do you want all that energy to always give it away, or do you want to have enough to have for yourself, and then also have enough to have reserve to, like, for other people when it's necessary? So try to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? Try to embody a little more of that. Try to internalize a lot of more energy throughout your days and weeks. Let that store in the same way you have investments, like money investments, the same way you have all this other shit. There's also a spiritual and energy investment. Put it in yourself, and then just give people 10% at a time. Just do some shit like that. Just give people dividends. You know what I'm saying? Like stocks. Just give them little dividends. I got spit on me. What the fuck? My bad. My bad. I want to be that guy who people learn from and can lean on. You could be who you want to be, but again, you got to be the person where you're learning from yourself every day as well, and you can lean on yourself. See what I'm saying? Like, you master that, and then you can give it to others. But my bad. I'm at 10%, bro. I'm at to wrap it up right here. Put the cigar out. I gotta put my lighter away and shit. I'm at 10%. I'm about to walk back to the house. Whoever's streaming or whoever's whatever, I'm gonna just check the little VCs and shit, whatever's going on. I appreciate you guys being here, man. And I'm gonna leave it on this note, man. Terence Crawford, really that guy. He's really that guy, man. Terence Bud Crawford, really to go. He's probably on the Mount Rushmore, probably top 10, probably top whatever. He's up there, bro. That's what the whole life was about, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Yeah, man. But there it is, man. Hey, love you guys. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.